This is Opposite Attractions, Season 2, Episode 10, God Help the Outcasts. This week's challenge, a meme-based attraction.
Welcome to Opposite Attractions, ladies and gentlemen, the happiest podcast on earth. I am your host, Scottye Moore, joined as always by the Adventurers Club wannabe himself, Jim Murphy!
Congaloosh, sir. We are late. It is late in the evening.
It's late in the evening, and also late in the week if you guys are watching on Twitch, because our normal Wednesday has been thrown off, because I just took a 3-day, I basically took my own little Twitch, like
vacation
briefing. Like, I went away for 3 days, and it feels good. Feels good to not have random people come on and asking if I'm gay. And I'm like, no, I'm sorry. But yeah, it's been a week, and in that week, I found this hideous fucking shirt I'm wearing. Because I was going around, and I was just like, wait a minute. I think I still have my old Universal costume, which I don't actually, now that I think about it, I don't know if it's exactly legal that I have
Yeah,
this.
I wish I had my old Disney stuff, but like they had barcodes in them that you had to scan when you took them. And
oh, hold on, you mean like the barcode at the bottom of this jacket?
yeah, and I think we had to go to like a desk. Like I didn't want to get like a letter in the mail and like telling me that I owe them like $400 for taking a very thin white shirt with some blue and yellow patches on it. Because I was custodial.
You can clearly tell that mine deserved to be took, because it does look like a fucking bowling shirt from hell. But, like, I remember, it was an accident. I didn't steal this on purpose. I didn't, actually, you know what, Universal employees, if you're watching, I did not steal this. This is a very well-made replica of a Universal Studios employees.
I'm surprised I didn't get in trouble, because I had a belt pouch. Custodial people have like a belt pouch that they could put like papers in, or like I guess their walkie-talkie could go in there or whatever. But I kept a wet rag in it, and I never switched it out. Like I always kept the pouch. I basically took one out when I started, and I gave it back when I left, and it was like black on the inside when I turned it. Like it had mold in it, and it reeked.
Oh God,
it was pretty bad.
See, with me, now I'm about to just go full OJ and say if I did do it about stealing this. What had happened was I got to my car. And I remember, okay, the story was I was supposed to move back after I left Universal. I was supposed to move back to Oxford instead of moving back in June like I actually did. And I just remember leaving Universal and then the next day being like, oh shit, I don't have security clearance anymore because my card doesn't work. I gotta find a way to get this in here. And then that was also the day I had to go back to Oxford for a family emergency. So I just remember like texting my pseudo girlfriend at the time and just being like, I need you to get this out of my car and turn it in. And then like 2 days later I get back home and she's just like, yeah, I quit Universal like 2 weeks ago. There's no way. And I was like, fuck, I guess I have a shirt now. I got this ugly ass bowling shirt.
Yeah, I bet you probably could have put it in a bag or something and like went in through you probably would have had to pay, of course, but you probably could have like just went in as a paying guest and like went to guest relations and be like, hey, this happened accidentally, like can you please.
No, even then they're like, wait a minute, did you just pay $70 plus to return this shirt?
Like, yeah, but who knows what, like they could have charged you for the shirt and it probably would have been worse. Those ain't cheap.
Dog, that's when I would have been like, no, fuck, I'll bring the shirt back. Because like with the because like a lot of people, like the Harry Potter people they gotta turn in their shit at the end of the day. You cannot leave the premises with it. With our clothes, they were a lot more lenient because we were third party and they didn't give a shit. So they're like, just take it home, wash it. We don't give a fuck.
Disney's thing was that I think you could take out like 3 uniforms at a time, and you could take them home because people like lived far away or whatever, and they would just wash them themselves and wear them in. But also, I think at least at Epcot, getting in the backstage area, there wasn't like security. You had to go through like a gate you had to drive up to and like flash a badge. You could actually drive into their parking lot just to get into the costuming building. You had to have your badge. So I'm pretty sure I could have like walked up and been like, hey, you know, I don't really work here anymore. Here's my shit. Like somebody would have taken it from me.
I still like the idea of me going in, paying the $70, and just going up to a random employee on the Mummy ride and being like,
go to guest relations, man. Come on.
No. That's too much work. I'm just going to hand them a random shirt and be like, I don't know where this came from. Here you go. Take this.
You just go to like Seuss Landing and just like just sit it on top of a trash can and roll out.
Now
$70 is also very generous, given that I think it now costs like $112 to get into Universal.
Oh yeah, it's a lot. As someone who's planning like a full week trip in October, it's a lot. But I'm just mad I took probably second ugliest one. There were 3 colors, so really it was also second coolest one. But there was a purple one that was dope as shit, and I loved it. It was the same style, just different. And then they had an orange one that if you looked at for too long, it would make your eyes bleed.
Oh.
So that was... Now, I will say, this isn't the only outfit I've stolen. It's now become show and tell with Scott. Now, actually, this one I didn't steal. I held for ransom. Because it's actually probably my favorite, and I'm gonna probably like distress it and make it look dope as shit, but this is like my T-Rex like employee costume, and it straight up looks like a Jurassic Park kind of just like old tattered shirt, and I'm like, I could do something with that. Now the reason why though, Jim Murphy, is the fact that I was a poor boy and I couldn't afford to do laundry. And so it got to a point where the shirt was a bit fucked. And I just remember going and just being like, should I turn these in? And they're just like, just throw it in the fucking garbage. And I was like, wait, so can I just take it home instead? They're like, yeah, just take it home. So I have 2 now. I've got a large and an extra large. And then in case you're wondering how much Orlando can balloon up a man, this is like a fucking small, this bowling shirt. No, it's a medium. Okay. And then from that, I went all the way up to the large, extra large of the T-Rex world.
I do have a pair of 3D glasses. I think they came from, I guess they had to come from Honey, I Shrunk the Audience, I guess. Okay.
I thought you meant just like normal red and cyan, and I'm like, okay.
I found them on the ground or something, and they were like they're broken. I think the one lens is all like the middle part is all ripped, like it's cut in half. So I was like, screw it, they're just gonna throw these away anyway. So I literally like kept them somewhere until the end of shift, and I like stuck them down my pants and got them out.
So now anytime
costuming.
Is this now just become that things we've stolen from fucking theme park?
Well, I was going to ask, like, is there, like, you can't, they don't want people to dress like Disney cast members and characters too much, where you would be mistaken for them.
Yeah.
But I feel like there are some outfits that I would probably wear if they were available for sale.
I just like the idea that now you kind of get your 3D glasses, repair them, and then anytime you go see Philhar Magic, they're just like, take some glasses. No, thank you. No. I brought my own. Slip. Yeah, I don't know if I stole...
And then Goofy tases me.
Yeah, I don't know if I stole anything, like, of worth outside of a lot of fucking candy. Because I know I stole...
Yeah, that was the only thing I like, knowingly took.
Well, that was the thing, is when you work at an arcade and just sit in front of that cabinet of tantalizing candy. You just sit there like, all right, I'm gonna eat this, and then you start to make sick recipes like your Guy Fieri's fucked up son. So you're just like, look, if you take a Tootsie Roll and roll it a certain way, it does look like a little dog poop, but then mix it with the strawberry, and then you got chocolate covered strawberry Tootsie Roll. How's that? And then they'd be like, no, I can one up that. Now you take a red fucking sour belt, and then you wrap that around the outside, put a warhead on the inside.
I wish I would have taken maps. I wish I would have like just taken a map every single day.
Fun fact.
'Cause then I would have had like 100 maps.
Yeah. No, fun fact, by the way, about the fucked up one with the really hard, not Jawbreaker, like, you know, the warheads, the hard candy?
Yes.
Yeah, I bit into this monstrosity I made where I took everything we had that was sour, mixed it together, and made this giant ball. And the horrifying thing was when I got to the center, there was no warhead to be found, meaning there was so much acidity that it dissolved the warhead. Oh, wait, I also stole a shit ton of Yu-Gi-Oh cards once.
From Universal?
Well, yeah, because our arcade got them in as prizes, and I used to be really into the Yu-Gi-Ohs. And so I was like, oh shit, this could really help out my Blue Eyes deck. Yoink! Now, hold on, what's the statute of... statute of limitations is a completely different thing, isn't it? I was gonna say, like...
I'm sure there's something... I feel like it would be weird if they came after you now. Like,
for the Yu-Gi-Oh cards!
They would have to have, like, proof.
Yeah.
That, like, besides you saying you did it, like, I don't know if there's any other... Like,
yeah, guys,
you could just say, like,
been,
oh, that was a goof.
Guys, this has been a joke on a podcast... Hold on. Now, wait, I feel like the shirt they can prove.
No, it's a very good replica, including the barcode.
Yes, well, hold on, I didn't show the barcode.
That,
Shut
like
the fuck
where
up about the barcode.
That meme online where that guy got the Oreos barcode, like, tattooed on his wrist, and he can scan it at, like, a Target.
Oh, shit, I forgot about that. That's awesome.
Like, it's that. You did that.
Yeah, that's exactly what...
And really, if you're trying for realism, I'd probably do that shit, too, honestly.
So, Jim,
that's why in my bookcase I have I have your car just in small scale.
Yeah, you got a tiny Pontiac Grand Prix, and you're just like, this is where Scottye used to park before he would go work at the T-Rex. Why are there liquor bottles and cigarette packs all around it? Well, that's so we know it's Scottye's car. It could be a random Pontiac just driving around. So, Jim, this is a podcast where we build our own theme park that no one will ever be able to steal from. Because we've already done all the grifts, so we're going to know when you try to grift us. But of course, our theme park is called Vista. It's about voting, interacting, streaming. It's where you control the show. It's where you're in control. And apparently, it's now taken on an internet theme. Because when I proposed it, I was just like, well, I do like the idea of streaming to the internet, but mostly I like the idea of you being in control. And then over a while, we just evolved it to where it's like, nah, fuck it, dude, internet. It's all about the internet, baby.
Well, no, I just decided that if it was gonna be something to put on the internet, I felt like memes would be a fine.
Oh yeah, that's
place
right.
to go.
And then of course our challenge this week is fucking memes. Because Jim hates me as a human being.
Oh, you're gonna like my idea, I think.
Okay. Well, you may present, since you brought the meme to the table.
We might have talked about Superstar Television on this show before.
I don't think we have.
Did I? Huh?
I don't think we have.
Okay, so Superstar Television was a Disney Hollywood Studios, an MGM, Disney MGM Studios attraction in the early 90s, where they would bring an audience in and they would pick people out of the audience to basically be green screened into television shows. So they would film you like the one I remember that's in one of the vacation videos is they put some poor bastard in flannel and they made him Al Borland.
Oh yes,
Home Improvement.
That's what I was hoping for.
And but there was also like they did like the news,
yeah,
and they did Cheers or something. Like they did a bunch of different different shows. But like, yeah, it would be like they'd be reading off cue cards and stuff. So basically, my idea. Oh, by the way, where they did that is now called the Hyperion Theater. So we got that going for us.
Okay, good.
It's where they do Frozen now, where they did where they did American Idol. That's where it was. So basically, my idea is to do that, but with memes.
Okay.
So you bring a group in, and then you pull some people from the audience, and they're like, okay, you come up here. You're going to be Star Wars Kid. Here's your stick. And then they just green screen you into, like, Star Wars Kid, or, like, Numa Numa Dance, or, the Dramatic Chipmunk, shit like that.
Okay. Chip, I love and respect you as a person, but this is like my dad telling me about memes. Back in my day, we had the Numa Numa boy. It's like, okay.
I was trying to, I had to like really do research to figure out ones that were video based that would make sense. Because most of them now are more photo based.
Yeah.
And I feel like they could do that too. They could have like, they could do different ones. Like have just like, Photoshop or like, blue screen somebody into like a flaming cartoon house.
Oh, okay. This is fine.
Yes. And other things, but I feel like they could get like a good 20-minute show out of that, especially if I wanted.
It's a woman and she's running away from a bunch of Ugandan knuckles, all declaring, "You're the queen. Come back here, mate. Where are you running?" I'm just gonna say, Ugandan knuckles is gonna definitely be prevalent because it might be my favorite meme of all time, even though it's racist as all hell. Okay, so I'm with my family. I don't know about all this internet, so you bring me in, I get picked out of the audience, and now you're trying to tell me to be... This is the voice of the fifth day dad. Now you give me a fucking lightsaber, tell me to do Star Wars? Try to tell me to do Star Wars? What the fuck is this?
Well, it's kind of like when they... I feel like it would be more like the Indiana Jones Stunt Spectacular, where they would pull people that wanted to be picked out.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant meme stunts. Success Kid is gonna jump 7 sharks like this show did 2 months ago. So...
Yeah, that's what I feel like. That's what it would be. Is like they would bring you in and they go, "Who wants to do this?" And people would raise their hand. They'd pick people out. Like it could be a whole big experience.
I like it. It's hard because memes are memes. The ever-changing river. It's just like...
Well, that's why you could change it up every couple of weeks or months. Yeah, that's what
I like. It's almost like... I can't remember what... There was some Disney ride I wanted.
And then you get to... And, like, they can tie it to you, so then you can post it to your, like... Your Snapchats and stuff, and be like, "Check it out, guys! I'm playing the Star Wars Kid.
I am
Remember this from 1999?
I am Star Wars Kid at Vista. Welcome." Now
it's those those things they have at like boardwalks, and like there might even be one in Imagination where they can put you in like a movie poster. It's basically that, but a really large scale.
Now, Jim, I just want to propose something for our meme area, and that is the meet and greet section. Where you just walk around outside.
The meme and greet?
A meme and greet. Where you're just like getting attacked by a lightsaber or something. So
you're just going, is this real life?
Is this real life? Come on.
So Rebecca Black just runs up, but it's really her, and she's like, "I need money."
Now, see, what I think... No, dude. We would have like an hourly concert of shitty meme music. Yes! See, I like that idea. I like the idea of like the hourly shows where you have like a meme dance party, so you dance to the Numa Numa and you dance.
Fucking Nickelback comes on and does photographs.
Yes!
But they only sing that one line and then they leave.
Hey, hold on, Jim. You know me. I will always be down for Nickelback. I don't give a shit.
Oh, Jesus.
I went to a Nickelback concert, and it might have been the greatest experience of my life. I was also really drunk off bourbon during it.
Isn't that most of your experiences?
No. Well, it would be a form of whiskey no matter what, but yes. I just remember, because like, it's an expensive venue, and I was like, how much is a beer? $6. How much is a whiskey and Coke? your life's savings. Give me 2.
Give us your arm,
please.
Give
us your arm, please. And I was like, oh shit, okay. So I want to thank you because I was struggling with who I wanted to make my main character and mine be. And mine is called Cringed. And it's...
Oh, you're not doing the Haunted Mansion Dead memes?
Well, I
like
took
that
inspiration from that, but it's not fully that. And so mine is called Cringed, and I think if we have like a spooky section of the park, this is gonna be in it. Because it's gonna be...
Right next to the old lady that's a witch?
Right next to Old Lady Witch House is Cringed. And so you get into a cart, and the ride vehicle... I know before the show we were talking about Guardians having like an innovative ride vehicle. Fuck that. I have the most innovative ride vehicle of all.
It looks like a clawfoot roller coaster.
Now see, mine, Pop-Tarts on both sides, cat face on front, behind it, rainbow. And you go through, and I don't know why all of mine require a person there to basically explain to you like, all of my rides are the Great Movie Ride, but there's someone with you, and they're basically like, we know that some of these memes seem a bit outdated, but it's okay because you're here with us, and in meme culture we know it is ever changing, ever growing, and so that's why I want you here today. And then you hear a flash, and so she's like, I want you all to pose, and I want to try to see which of you could be the next great meme. And so pictures are taken, and then they go, okay, now make your meme, put the video on, put something on top, put something on bottom, and then they all fly up, and you get to vote on who has the funniest meme. I know, it's fucking fantastic.
So you're basically in the beginning of Spaceship Earth.
Yes. The Phoenicians invented memes.
Are you fine? Thank the Phoenicians.
And so, whoever gets head meme, that floats up into the air, and everyone's just like, awesome, you have the best meme, until you see it devoured and just eaten all at once by this great gazoo looking motherfucker. Flies into the air. Didn't have a name for him beforehand, but I do now. It's Jim Murphy, the meme killer. And so Jim is just like, I am over 10,000 years old, but you would never know it because I use these memes for sustenance. I suck their lives away. You think memes can last nowadays? Give it 1 month and they will go away. Then he's just like, you don't believe me? Do you know the way? Do you know the way? And then you're like, oh shit, that one did die out fast, didn't it? It really seems like it didn't get the respect it deserved. And now he's just like, and now I fly away. At which point our cart lady is just like, we gotta chase after him. Everyone dab to the left, and the whole cart dabs to the left, and the cart turns, and you start going on this adventure as you basically chase him through a bunch of animatronic memes, both old and new, until eventually she's just like, fine, I'm going to take the memes away from him, pulls out a ray. A lot of my rides involve special rays that you have to shoot at people as well. Shoots it at Jim. And then suddenly he's like, no, my memes! My memes! And then you go through this tunnel, and then you see, like, more modern memes, and then they slowly start to evolve back, and evolve back, and evolve back, until finally you get, like, to the, like, Success Kid, then you go past that.
Fucking Rafflecopter.
Like, then there's, like, Numa guy, until finally it's just a room full of blackness. And Jim is there, but now he's in his true form. And everyone's like, oh my god. I never would have thought, because it's revealed that Jim, the whole time, was secretly that little dancing baby from Ally McBeal. The first internet meme. And then they're just
You're
like,
the man now, dog.
And he says, you're the man now, dog. And then he's just like, but I'll get you this time. I'll get you next time. I will. You will never. And then he just starts kind of dancing. He's just grooving around. And then our cart leader, and in what may be my favorite fucking part of this entire ride, she's just like, no, this ends tonight because I have your reckoning. I have your defeat. I have the end of you, Jim.
Ally McBeal, no.
And his name is John Cena. Boo-boo-doo-boo. And then a giant animatronic John Cena comes out, grabs the Ally McBeal baby by the head, and just fucking attitude adjustment out into, like, you just see him, like, fall out of the ride. And then comes to a ride stop, and then you can get your memes printed out. Oh, also, by the way, you dab multiple times to get, like, the cart moving, and if you don't think one of those is a fucking photo op, you're fucking wrong. Because just a giant cart of multiple people all dabbing at once might be my favorite thing ever on this planet.
It's basically you, like, when you go into the shop at the end of PhilharMagic, like, you go into the end of that ride and there's just, like, the baby stuck in the ceiling, like, ensnared in a bunch of memes.
Like Donald at the back of PhilharMagic, except it's the dancing baby. And it's still getting it.
It's a bunch of John Cena headbands.
Oh, dude. The Cena sponsorships will be real for this, man. I just love the fucking baby dancing in the wall. Like, you just have the animatronic moving around. We need... Okay, what do we need? We've got roller coasters.
I have ideas for the other weeks that I'm going to be
kitty rides.
Doing it.
We have a giant Times Square. We have a dirty fucking filthy ride with dicks in it. Oh man, I don't know. Okay. I've got it. It's gonna be the dumbest shit of all time. But it's gonna be the ultimate tie-in to end all tie-ins. And it is, I want a podcast fucking ride. I don't know what it'd be, but it's gonna be a podcast ride. So it's gonna be like Ellen's Energy Adventure, because it's gonna be an hour fucking long.
It's gonna be Jaws at Universal Studios, but it's gonna be a glass shark.
No, it's Mark Maron's head popping up. Hey, what's up? Or like,
have I told you about Squarespace?
Yeah, that's the only thing that's shitty about it is, like, imagine it's a roller coaster and then halfway through you're in the middle of a loop, but then you get stopped and then it's just like, have you ever tried MeUndies? Their wonderful micromodal fabric is absolutely amazing in your downtown parts. It's like, could we possibly do this somewhere else? And you just keep going through the ride.
I saw a video of a roller coaster where in the middle, like it's like on the side of a cliff or a building or something. It's in like
Hell no.
the Arab Emirates.
Hell
and
no.
you ride up to the edge and then it lifts up like this and like it hangs you kind of like where you can look down and then it sets you back down and keeps going. And fuck that too.
Fuck that too. Also, there's definitely has to be a part in the middle of it where you start to run into a Blue Apron box. And then you turn at the very last minute. Okay, hold on. I'm going to change it then. Next week has to be our ad ride. It's the ride that we're getting money from. So someone has paid us, and we have to
make your sponsored ride.
Our sponsored ride, exactly. So that's our next week, is we need a sponsored ride. So, Jim, where can they find you on this old internet machine of ours?
You can find me and my bow tie on Twitter at ApparentlySmart. That's about it. My apologies.
And you can find me on Twitter at Scottye Mo, unless you're a Universal employee, in which case you can find me at Blake A. Tanner on Twitter. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, make sure to read all my books on Amazon. There's Queasel Corp Risen. The third Queasel Corp book should be out at the end of next month, so get ready for that. And of course, there's BS versus the Gods, the one where me and Blake Tanner fight off an army of vicious Grecian gods, and it's absolutely a fantastic book. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, make sure to check out all the other amazing BS Network products, like A Load of BS, Fight Boys, our wrestling podcast, all of that online at aloadofpurebs.com, and pick up your op at merch.aloadofpurebs.com. We got shirts for the Tyrannosaurus Sax. We got shirts for the Apex theme park we made. We still need a Vista shirt. I still haven't made it. Just a giant dick with Vista on it in the middle of his shirt. And then, of course, ladies and gentlemen, make sure to check out our entire back catalog at opposite-attractions.com. Check out our entire first season where we made Apex our superhero theme park. If you thought what we've done this season is dumb, that one, actually, I think it was probably even. It's probably pretty much even on dumbness. And then, of course,
Juicy Peaches.
Juicy Peaches was up there. I think Juicy Peaches was the Tyrannosaurus Sax of that season. And then, of course, ladies and gentlemen, you can find Jim and me on Twitter at OppAttShow. That's spelled OppAttshow. Are you down with OPP?